Yep, you could be a sociopath. Look just like that, because sociopathy, or the complex personality disorder, is a highly complex psychological phenomenon. However, there are superficial signs that may show there is a tendency within one person over another for this. So let's check it out. They may have superficial charm and charisma. Now look, charisma is a lovely thing. You can be pulled in by charisma and go, oh yeah, I like them. Yeah, there's something about them, isn't there? There's something, yeah, that's feeding into the chemistry they have on stage, or the fact that they can win you over, or the fact that you're suddenly doing something for them that you never thought you'd ever do for anybody, and you just know this person. All these things are good things if it's done for the right intention. Unfortunately, a sociopath won't necessarily be so. The superficial charm means that they are on the surface nice and charismatic, or giving to you, and showing that they have a bit of flirtiness, a bit of a pizzazz, a bit of glee. But in reality, behind it all, there's no substance. They can be charming, persuasive, and engaging on the surface. They can seem magnetic and make for great first impressions, and they often use flattery and smooth talk. But in reality, when the pressure's on, when you need them, when you want them to get in touch with you, they're found wanting. And it's at times like that that you realize that, you know what, not only do they not get in touch with me, but they don't have genuine emotion, because this is another sign of a sociopath, potentially. They may mimic emotions rather than truly be feeling them. Now, how do we know, if you think about it for a second, that somebody actually, say, feels love? They say, I love you, but it's possible to say those words the same way as, like, I like chocolate. But how do you know they like chocolate? Oh, you've seen them eat it. Oh yeah, that's proof. But if you've never seen them eat chocolate, how do you know they like chocolate? Because they're telling you. All right, fair enough. Well, then they say, I love you. But they're just words. Unless you see them, unless you can see the true empathy within them, the true chemistry, the body changes through this. Now, if you have a lack of genuine emotion, or you're thinking somebody may have sociopathic ways, then they may mimic emotions. But in fact, they are not feeling the empathy. It's fake. There's maybe no sadness towards something bad that's happened to you, or there's no affection at all. Smiles and laughter may seem forced or out of place. In fact, they might trip themselves up and laugh at the wrong time and smile at the wrong time, even though they have done those smiling and laughter adequately before. But that's when they perhaps studied the form and had to learn of each and every moment of when it's best to laugh or smile, because this is what people do. They may be liars. They can't help it. They just keep lying. And then when you ask them and catch them out and say, look, that's a lie. Why are you saying that? Then they'll cover it up with another lie. That's because they're pathologically lying. Now, lies frequently and effectively, these people do. They can do it effortlessly. Oh God, a lot of effort there, but effortlessly. You get my drift. And they have time to think about these things, but it doesn't register with them, because they're manipulative and they want to gain control. And through that, they can switch stories or cover up lies in a heartbeat. They lack remorse or guilt when things are done like that. They don't care. They've been caught out on lying, and that's okay. It's fine. I'll do it again because it got me this far in the first place. That's their logic. They don't feel bad about hurting somebody's feelings, even though that person has expressed that you've hurt my feelings. They're barely going to apologize, and again, if they do, they're just doing it because they've read it in a book about that's the sequence of events here. When somebody catches you out, you apologize, you move on. That means they won't badmouth you, and that's the only reason that they're thinking about it, because the pool of people is small, and so they don't want their names to be getting out there in a bad way, because that tactically means that they'll be disadvantaged when they try to hoodwink or be sociopathic to somebody else in the future, just in case both people meet or talk about you. In being manipulative, they're also controlling. They can play mind games or try to confuse you. They can guilt trip you, gaslight you too, or have emotional blackmail. There's always one person in the center of this that's most important, and that's them. So they're not looking at how they can help, rather how You can be used to help them for their situation right now or for anything that could be advantageous in the future. Now, they can be highly calculating. So they sit and ponder, and guess what? You're number one in the middle of it all. They don't have weaknesses insofar as they could be impulsive and reckless. And they could act on urges without thinking because this is their natural way, or at least it's a way they've learned to be from a long time ago, which can show that they're irresponsible with money and relationships. And even though they know and they've read through the booklets or the online stuff or the books and the knowledge of what is best to do in a situation like this to keep certain people and money on side with you, incomes, for example, that they've gotten from you, well, they may just make mistakes because this is their underlying recklessness. And therefore that's linked with their want or wish or tendency to be risky in their behaviour. They may be dating other people and having illicit affairs and being sexually and with that it puts you at risk too. So we need to be careful about these people. They may be shallow or unstable in relationships too. So charming at first, who's not like that? It's disarming. But they exploit people rather than trying to form that deep, sustainable relationship. And if you look back in their past, they may have a trail of broken relationships. There might be an arrogance to them as well, which maybe, okay, was appealing at first, but now their sense of superiority is too much for you. You're thinking, how can I live with this person? This is not a person I want to do business with. Whatever it is, these people can drag you down because they're not in a good place. And the reality is, sociopaths, they don't care. They lack responsibility and accountability. They've always had an excuse for their actions. They're a pathological liar, sure. And they blame others for their failures or mistakes. They won't follow through on commitments. And rules to them, break them. They enjoy doing it. They push the boundaries because it doesn't matter to them. Because rules are meant to be broken. That's their mantra. Cheating, lying, stealing, manipulation, taking pleasure in all of this. Fortunately, that's their lot. If you do think somebody in your life is that way, go to a professional. Even ask a medical doctor. Go to a psychiatrist. Pay the money. It's better in the long run. I wish you well with it all. Thank you for watching, and please do watch more.